What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Casey, and today we're going to go through the gear that I'm bringing with me on my off-road and overland excursions. I just got back from a fun night of camping with Maddie, and so the gear is still loaded in the Jeep, and I figured, well, before we unpack it, why don't we go through and I'll show you guys what I'm bringing with me and exactly how I'm arranging and stowing my gear. I put a lot of thought into exactly what I'm bringing with me, and I'm constantly kind of changing how I store it, where I store it, and we haven't done one of these videos in about a year since pretty much I bought the JL. Why don't you guys come along with me while I unpack the Jeep and I'll show you where I'm putting things and what we're bringing. And real quick, before we get started, go check out dirtyanddangerous.com. That's where we have all of our t-shirts and stickers, and we've got key tags. Actually, they might be up by the time this video is up. So go check out dirtyanddangerous.com. Lots of cool stuff there if you want to help support the channel. All right, first we're gonna come around to the driver's rear door because I need to get my tripod out. I store my tripod when I need to grab it quickly. It just sits here next to my fridge. All right, there we go. A little more stable, a little less shake now that we're on the tripod. But over here on my driver's side rear, we keep the fridge. Right now I have the CFX 28 in here. Sometimes we'll have the new 55 IM, which I just showed you guys a couple of videos ago. But I like my fridge on the driver's side. If I hop out of my driver's seat and I want to grab a quick drink, it's easy, it's right there. And I enter my rooftop tent from the other side. So I usually have my table over on this side, and I want to have my fridge easily accessible. And I keep my ladder here right behind my seat, so I grab that when I'm getting out, bring it around to the other side, set it up for my rooftop tent, and then we're good to go. On the other side, right next to it, basically in the center of the rear seat, I have my dry storage, or dry food storage. Makes it nice and easy to reach over the fridge. I can grab whatever I need, or if we're coming in from the passenger side, we can grab stuff. And we can cook right here next to the driver's side. Nice and easy. Right next to it, I have my Dometic PLB40 battery, which is powering the fridge and is plugged into the inverter of the Jeep. And so when the Jeep is on, it's charging the PLB40. When the Jeep's off, the PLB40 is running the fridge. So it's running right now, even though the Jeep is off, but it's not draining the Jeep's battery. Now the fridge is out, you can get a better look at my dry food storage. This is just a collapsible trunk organizer. You can actually expand this out one more, or you can bring it down to just one section depending on how much room you need. And the lid velcros onto either side, so you can have it open either way. Flip this back. There we go. And it has a little bit of velcro on the bottom, so it does help it stick to the fabric seats that I have. I have it sitting on a towel right now, but doesn't really bounce around. It's pretty solid. And then underneath we've got the PLB40 down here, and that's plugged into the center console, which has a power bar plugged into the inverter. So this is nice and easy to grab and drag out of here like that. And we have just enough room for Maddie's car seat over here on the passenger side. Sometimes we'll have the seat down and bringing some extra cargo, because usually if Maddie's not with us, we're on a longer trip. That's a good spot for firewood or more food. Tucked up behind my rear window, let's see if we can get a better lighting on this. I have my dry bag here. This is a Right Line waterproof bag. These things are really great, and it keeps the dust out. These can sit outside your Jeep or inside the Jeep, but in here we have quick access to toilet paper. We've also got the bags and holder for my portable toilet. I'll show you guys that in a second. And we keep some extra warm gear, extra toque, gloves, socks, things like that for when we're out in the winter, and that tends to be when we get those items wet. Below it, we also have my rain gear in here. I know you guys have asked me before, what rain gear am I using? I just have a cheap jacket and pants that I bought at Costco a few years ago. You've seen me wear these all winter long. I have rain pants and a rain jacket. They keep me fairly dry, although I think some of the waterproofing is starting to wear out, so maybe it's gonna be time for new ones this season, but I like to keep them right there, right here, quickly accessible. And below it, I have a tree saver, because that is probably one of the most common things that I use for hooking up, recovering with the winch. We need tree savers so we're not damaging trees. If you're wondering where I keep my shackles, well, I use all soft shackles, so I keep them right next to me in my overhead rack, and I have a worn storage bag, and inside it I keep a couple soft shackles easy, ready to go. As well, we keep some stickers to give away in case we run into any fans or subscribers. And as well, along the top, that's where I have my radio and my Spot GPS or satellite communicator, which I can use to send text messages and update my location if Kara and Maddie are watching where we're out on our adventures. I also have my speaker for my radio, and up top I keep an extra hoodie and the all-important flappy hat, which you guys have seen me wearing. And I keep an extra radio in case I need to lend one out to somebody. Coming over to the passenger side, this is why I don't ever have people riding with me, but I keep another one of these gear bags here. Not gear bags, I keep another one of these trunk organizers right here. This one I only have set to, well, 1.5 cubbies. This is where I keep this camera. So it is right here next to me sitting on a blanket. It won't bounce around or, you know, fall out of here. And I can grab it quick to get shots. I also keep some GoPros, and down on the floor, I actually took it out, I keep my drone down here. So I have a box, a little Pelican case that I keep all my drone and extra batteries and my hard drive, and it sits down on the floor. One last thing that we keep over here on the passenger side. So right here, I keep all of our camping chairs, Maddie's camping chairs with us. And it has a roof on it, which is getting stuck. Normally, you can easily grab all our camping chairs and we're good to go if we need to set up and sit down. And then I also keep this, which is a new thing I just bought. This is a privacy pop-up tent. I got this for the portable toilet that we have. We're in somewhere where we can't, you know, hide behind a bush. We need to put the portable toilet out, and I'll show you guys that toilet in a second. We can pop this up, or, you know, if Maddie's with us, she likes a little bit of privacy. So these are kind of handy. They don't take up a lot of room. They set up in just a few seconds, and it has an open floor. So if you're digging a hole in the ground and you go into the washroom, you can have some privacy. Now that we've got everything out of here, this is where I keep my first aid kit. So I keep a quick first aid kit right here under the seat. We need to grab bandages and band-aids, whatever. It's right there. We can grab it quickly and easily. I keep a bigger one in the cargo area of the Jeep. And over here under the driver's side seat, this is a bag with jumper cables in it. Jumper cables are really handy because if you, maybe your fridge kills your battery, or if you forget and leave your radio on or something like that, always handy to keep a set of jumper cables with you. And, or you can keep one of those jump boxes, but these never need charging, never fail. For my radio, you guys are wondering, because we have the faceplate here, we have the speaker back here and mounted up so we can hear it. You're wondering where my microphone mount is for my radio. Well, I really liked having it here on my JK, so I did the same thing on the JL. It is on a mic keeper, which is retractable, so if it's sitting here hanging, it's gonna pull it back up, and then it has a mag mount on it that clips on, and if I need to keep it stowed, it's up and out of the way and you don't see it. Really happy with the way I've set up this radio. Super clean, out of the way, and you don't really see it. And from the driver's point of view, not much going on other than I have my phone here on this wireless charger, and that's running my maps, which I do use Gaia Maps. Everybody's always asking what maps do I use. I use Gaia Maps on my phone. I stopped using a tablet. I find the phones now are so large that it's plenty big. Nice and clear, easy to get shots, easy to see where I'm going. And then down here in the side, I keep some gloves. I have a headlamp, a Leatherman, and a toque. Well, a couple toques actually. For some reason I seem to be collecting toques. Quick and easy to access in my center console. I keep a couple other things. Here's the 12-volt adapter for my fridge if I don't use it as a 2-pin. I keep an extra knife. This is the Warn wireless winch controller, so you just plug this in where your winch controller would go, and now I can use my winch in and out remotely. And we keep a lighter and a pen in case we need it, and a broken clip. Down here, we've showed you guys down here, this is all my batteries. This is all the charging that we do. GoPro batteries, drone batteries, camera batteries, pretty much just batteries down in here. Easy to use, easy to get to, and we can swap them on the go as needed. We're just gonna go over gear, but obviously the rooftop tent is what we sleep in. The Free Spirit Recreation Evolution is up on the roof. Okay, we'll just put the camera down because this is big stuff, and I'll unpack it and talk as I go. But basically up here, I keep an axe, nice and easy to get to. I use the quick fist clamps. I've showed you guys those before. and I just have those mounted on the side of my rack, and I can grab my axe if I need. Same thing here, I built a little mount for my shovel, and if I need to grab my shovel, it's attached with quick fist clamps. Real easy, out of the way, and I don't mind if it gets dirty and it's outside the Jeep. We've got the ARB twin compressor back here. I keep a single line in the Jeep all the time, but I do bring my speed plate with me. We store it back here for airing up. It airs up all 4 tires at once, which is great. Here's my DeWalt 60-volt chainsaw. I really like this thing. I carry a couple batteries with me and a charger. Yeah, basically ready to go, no messing around with fuel. We just throw a battery in it. 9 amp hour batteries are what I use, and you know, it can cut up a lot on just one battery. So it's right here. I just pop the tailgate open, boom, pull the sleeve off, we're ready to go, and we're clipping trees. Sitting on top of everything, this is my quick fold-out table. I'm not super happy with where it's sitting because it kind of does bounce around. I want to build something that holds this, latches it down, or maybe sits underneath the Pelican case here in the back. I want to find a different table. This one is a little bit tedious to open up. I don't really like it, but I just already had it, so this is what I bring. Down below, I carry a soft shackle back here as well. In order to use these rear D-ring tabs on the back of the worn bumper, you need a shackle, and I just don't like hard shackles. And so this is a gator jaw shackle. It's a thinner rope. Still has a high rating. This one is rated for 32,000 pounds, but I can slide it in these tabs, and then we can hook up a winch to it because you can't get a hook on here, so you need some sort of shackle, and I don't like leaving shackles on here. And then on top we've got the Jackery. This is the Jackery Explorer 1000. This now, since I'm powering my fridge off the Dometic PLB 40, this one sits here. I can grab it, take it wherever I want in camp, and it's not attached to anything or running anything. And then at night I'll put it back here. The reason why this extension cord is here, I'll plug it in, and I actually have a cord that comes down off my rooftop tent, and this is what powers those awesome LED lights that we saw in a few videos ago. And they're all around the perimeter of the top of the hard shell of a tent, so it lights up all around me really nice, and I can see what I'm doing. I don't need to have a flashlight in my hands all the time. I haven't showed you guys this yet. We just got this. This is the Lifesaver jerry can, and so this has a water purifier in it. Not a filter, but a purifier, so it filters out, I think, like 99.99% of things. Virus level filtering out, so I can fill this up with water anywhere I am, which is kind of cool. And then we can just pump it up, and we can clip on this hose attachment. Now we've got a water sprayer, or we can use it without. You can press this and it comes out. This solves a lot of my water issues now, because if we use too much water, we just need to find a stream or river or lake, fill this up, and then it will filter it as we go. It's nice to be able to have a little sprayer with water when you're doing dishes or you need to rinse something off. One more thing, we call this the briefcase. This is a flip out toilet. Not sure if you guys have seen one of these, but basically just pull the lid off, and quickly we can put all 4 legs down, or 4 legs, can't even count, 3 legs. And now we've got a portable toilet wherever we're going. We can grab our shovel, dig a hole, or it has a net that you can put on underneath here, and you put the net, and then you can put some of those dry bags in there that basically turn any liquids into dry stuff or gel or whatever. I haven't actually used the bags yet because we generally in places where we can dig a hole, you've got a toilet wherever you need to go. And so if you need to pack it out, you can take those bags and tie them off and pack them out with you. If not, this is, as you saw, quick, easy, and you've got a toilet. All right, well, we'll get the boots out of the way. We don't need these. Well, I mean, we do need these, but I just threw them there. I was wearing flip-flops all weekend, but I keep a good pair of hiking boots with me all the time, comfortable. Up here, we've got the giant sleeping bag. Really happy to stop carrying this thing around. This is the Browning -30 sleeping bag. In the winter, this thing was awesome. It kept me warm in really cold temperatures. I did use my heater with the Jackery a little bit in the rooftop tent sometimes, but you see how big this thing is compared to a normal sleeping bag. But if I need to bring this one, that's where it goes. Then up top, we've got the Pelican cargo case. This is basically my entire kitchen. So if we need to get access to it, we can quickly pop it open. So I usually only latch the 2 front ones on here. I put a couple of gas struts on it to hold it open, and it fits nicely in between the crossbars. This model, which is the BX90R. There are a few different sizes and shapes. So let's quickly go through what we're packing in here. A tote here with salt and pepper, some cleaning supplies, just a general few things I might need around the camp, a little towel. I've got this expandable bucket, which I picked up, which is helpful for doing dishes, kind of handy. We've got a mug for coffee because, you know, we gotta keep our coffee nice and hot when we make it. I keep a few gas canisters. Usually I'll bring 1 per day, depending on what we've got planned for cooking. Utensils, plate, cup, fork, spoon, anything you might need to eat out of. These are the bags that I was telling you about, double duty bags. Kind of a funny name, but this is for the toilet. If we need one of the bags, it's got biogel, whatever that is. Nice and easy if you need to pack out your bio stuff. Got a heater in here in case it's cold in the rooftop tent. We can hook it up to the Jackery. The Jetboil Genesis. I did a full walkthrough and review of this a few months ago, so if you want to check it out, I'll put a link. But basically this has got my Jetboil stove, a pot, a pan. So I have a tote full of Nespresso pods in here. This is the Nespresso that we bring with us. So nice and compact. We just fill the little reservoir with water. You pop a pod into it, you plug it into the Jackery. You need 800 watts of power to power this thing. Then you can make an espresso. So all this stuff fits nicely in here, and I don't have to worry about whether I forgot something and collecting up a million little things to go off-roading. And I'm still waiting for one of the Pelican mounts, so I've still got this strapped down with a tie down. But basically I just take this entire Pelican case out, off my shelf in the garage and into the back of the Jeep. And I know I've got the entire kitchen ready to go. Last but not least are tools. We have tools tucked away all in the back here. I have a couple of these DeWalt packs with me, but I've got like my impact gun. This is a axle nut socket. So if we need to change or pull an axle shaft out, I've also got the 12 or 16 point socket that you need to get the hub off. Batteries, a lot of various nuts and bolts that I've collected over the years that might come in handy. We also have a multimeter in case we need to diagnose some random electrical issue. Zip ties, paracord, my DeWalt charger. I like these because you can stack them and they've got little clips on them if you want to stack them and keep them from sliding around. And this one is a majority of my tools. I've got a tool roll and I've pretty much got everything I might need. Sockets, wrenches, pliers, vice grips. It's basically like a mini toolbox. And then this right here is my gear wall. I like to keep everything nice and organized. There's a couple things on here I didn't show you because I didn't have them with me in the last trip, but I've got a worn recovery bag which has additional straps, some snatch blocks in it. We've got some gum boots. I do bring these with me, and I know not everybody calls them gum boots, but that's pretty much everything off this shelf, including the table, the chairs if we need them. And then behind me, we've got the chainsaw and the shovel hanging up, and I just basically look at the shelf and see what I need to bring with me, and I know that I'm not missing anything. So that is my full gear list for my Jeep, and that's what I bring with me every time. Let me know if there's some stuff that you guys think I should be bringing that I missed. Drop a comment, and if you have any questions, let me know. I try to answer them all. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed this. It really helps the videos get noticed on YouTube. I appreciate it a lot. Subscribe because I upload every week, and we'll see you guys next week.